Hello and welcome to another episode of Building More Than Just a Body with Celeste Rains Turk. I'm here with Rahz, who is absolutely one of the most, if not the most, inspiring and motivational people I've ever met and been lucky enough to meet. And he is seriously changing lives every single day, and it's clearly his genuine passion in life. So I'm going to let him expand a little bit further on that, and then I'm going to let him share a ton of his knowledge with you guys.
Well, thank you for having me. I really do appreciate being here. And really my backstory is that, 15 years ago, I got into personal training because someone told me that I couldn't. They said that, I didn't have the same look that most personal trainers had. I wasn't blonde hair, blue eyes, and 6 feet at the time. That was the ideal personal trainer. And anytime someone tells me I can't do something, that's an absolute must that I do it. And so that's what I've been able to instill in my clients over the last 15 years as a personal trainer, a nutritional coach, a business consultant, and a coach. It's what I do on a day-to-day basis. And it's my mission to impact people's lives, whether it's with their bodies or their businesses. And I've been blessed to do that.
Wow, that's so awesome. I absolutely love that. Your message is powerful. And I want to know what got you into all of that. So how did you even get started in fitness?
Sure. I got started pretty much like everyone else. I wanted to change. I'm 5'3", and I wanted to change my body. And then I got into athletics. I wrestled in high school and college, and being stronger, having a physical body was something you needed to do. I started to do that. And once I got out of college, I didn't know exactly which direction I wanted to go in, but I ran into this opportunity to be a personal trainer. And, 15 years later, I'm still doing it. I own 3 personal training studios, an online coaching business, and an online business consulting business. So it's something that has all kind of crossed paths. But mostly I can say that I just like helping people. And I think that's why a lot of us get into this industry. We like helping people, and we understand that if we can take our knowledge and impact their lives, it becomes a truly gift.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree with that. It's nearly impossible to be in this industry without that genuine desire to really, really change lives, because that's what it's about. I mean, like you said, we all came from a place of pain and wanted to change, and now we know how to address that for other people. So how do you find this motivation and inspiration that you have every single day?
There's a lot that I do. And I start out with a morning ritual, something that I've become really adept and enjoy doing. Of course, having a greens drink and hydrating is the first thing I do in the morning. I really believe in alkalinity and getting your body and energizing your cells. Motivation is something that I do. So I always read about 5 to 10 minutes of something uplifting and motivational so that I can feed my mind, not just my body. And then in addition to that, I like to work out in the morning. So, of course, I get into the gym early, usually around 5:30, and I hit the weights, or I do some cardio intervals and things like that just to energize my body. And that's my morning ritual. Motivation, I don't believe in motivation as much as some other people might do. My nickname is Mr. Motivation, or the Motivator, but I believe that motivation wanes. You have to have a psychology in order for you to get to that point. So I do things consistently and routinely so that I can stay in state. And when you're in state, you don't need motivation. You just do what you do, and you can pretty much have anything you want in life.
I absolutely love that answer. That is so awesome and so true. That really hit home with me, because I've recently taken on a morning ritual, and it's changed my life just in doing that. Because you're right, when you have these routines and you can relate it to working out or eating healthfully, when you get in a routine, you consistently feel amazing and awesome and accomplished, and you carry so much pride and confidence with you that it's unstoppable. So you don't need to be told to keep going or to keep taking action, because you're already doing it and it's done. So that is really awesome to hear. And I love that you shared your morning ritual. And so what actions do you take to encourage this quality of life that you have in your clients?
Well, the actions that I take really are, I have what's called my triangle of success. And when I meet with a client, and 99% of my clients are women, I specialize in transformations for women. And so I talk to them, I tell them the triangle of success breaks down to one, your diet, your nutrition, understanding what you need to eat, when you need to eat it, how much of it you need. And then my secret sauce is called nutritional timing. It's something that a lot of nutritionists and exercise specialists don't do. They don't understand that your exercise and your nutrition need to line up. You need different nutrients at different times in order to be most efficient. Then we work on their exercise and what we call targeted exercise. These are not just, oh, I go in the gym and just sweat or I burn calories. It's specific movements and a way we put them in a sequence so that they can actually elicit an adaptation in the body. All that really means is change. We want to create change in the body. And once that's done, it's the secret. The secret sauce is really stress reduction. People are just not focused on it, especially women. If we're going to balance hormones and we're all out of whack, how is it possible that we're going to be able to change our bodies when we're consistently in fight or flight? We're not getting enough sleep. We're wired and tired, and we're staying caffeinated. So we really focus in on figuring out what is it and how we're going to lower your stress. So your cortisone levels go up, your natural melatonin levels go in, you get better sleep, and overall you just feel amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Such great things to stress on because it's really, really not focused on enough. And there's not too much, but there's a ton of focus on the physical aspects and not necessarily the mental, emotional, and of course, like you mentioned, actually reducing your stress and increasing your quality of life. Because if we don't do those things and we don't focus on that, then we create even more problems. And like you mentioned, I completely agree and find it extremely important to time your meals properly and to really fuel your body with what it needs when it needs it. Because we can't just necessarily eat whatever, whenever, because like you mentioned earlier, our cells thrive on certain nutrition and food, and we cannot neglect the fact that everything in our body and in life in general comes from cells. And this is actually a huge reason why I'm studying, because if you think about it, like cells make up tissues, which makes up organs, and so the whole system is made up of these cells, so we have to fuel it, like you said. And I think that is so cool that you touched on that. So you talked a bit about your story and how you got into fitness. And now you've mentioned to me, like, motivation is something that you don't need if you take consistent action. So for those people who haven't yet gotten into a consistent routine, how do you use your story to consistently motivate them? And of course yourself, using your own story to do that.
Absolutely. Great question. For me, my story, I was told I'd be in a wheelchair. I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that other people do. My right leg is shorter than the other. I have no quadricep or hamstring. So if you can visualize that, I have no front thigh or back thigh on my right leg. So it's fixed. So you'd say that that's a disability. And most people would. I didn't. I saw it as an ability for me to change, for me to actually take this opportunity and turn it into something great and inspire others to go out there and say, hey, you have two legs, you have two arms, you have a head. Why are you complaining? Your excuses are stopping you from getting the results that you want. And you got to realize that you can't have them both. You can have one or the other, but you can't have both. And then I use that to parlay into some psychology. I don't just believe in, oh yeah, let's rah-rah, cheerleader you up, tell you about my story, whoa, me. Then I get into goal setting, because I always tell people, if you don't have a target, you're going to miss all day. And that target is your why. And when you develop your why and make it strong enough with more emotion and passion, then you're not going to want to be derailed from going towards it. Sure, you're going to have setbacks. We all do. They set you up for great comebacks. But what I can share with you is that if you set your why big enough, and one of my mentors once said, if you set your why big enough that it makes you cry, that's a real why. If you set it up and it's just something bullshit, then it's not going to get you to where you want to be. Oh, I want to lose 10 pounds. That's great. Oh, why do you want to lose that 10 pounds is the question. If you know why you want to lose that, how is it going to impact your life long term? Not just the 10 pounds. Who else are you going to inspire once you lose that 10 pounds? That is the question. And if you dig deep enough and find out the why, the answer and the avenue to success is very clear.
Could just feel your energy and your passion flowing through you as you spoke. That is so amazing. This is why, seriously, you change lives every day, because of that passion. And that really was awesome. I'm pumped up, and I agree completely. The why is everything in life. If we don't focus on the why, we will have nothing to build off of. And you're right. A lot of people mention the end goal that they want without actually thinking about why they want it. And that's what can cause us to lose track. And I think that's a big reason why in our industry, people need coaches, and that the free stuff on the internet isn't enough, because like you mentioned, a big part of it is mental. You have to tap into those whys and tap into the stress points and tap into how we can change that, because looking things up online and doing stuff doesn't change it, because we have all the tools available. What we need is support, accountability, and someone to make us do the work and help us to realize why we're doing it. Because like you said, what's the point? I mean, what are you trying to achieve here? Because there's always something deeper. Like, surface level is great motivation. However, like, the real motivation and the real inspiration stems from why you want that surface level to change. Because you can truly love yourself from the inside out and know that you're changing because you're coming from this place of true desire, and you understand that your value action to change and make your life better.
Absolutely.
So on that note, I would love to know, what's the one message that you absolutely need and want the world to hear right now?
The one message that I want people to hear, and I know that they will assist them in transforming, I have to say is it's kind of multidimensional, but it's really, your mindset. And if you're going to do anything successfully in life, you got to focus on yourself. You got to be willing to invest in yourself before you invest in anything else. Now, a lot of people out there, we buy nice clothes and we want fancy things, but we don't realize that that's just surface level shit. If you really want to transform from the inside out, from a cellular level, invest in yourself. The books you read, the tapes you listen to, the seminars you go to, and the coaches you hire will change your life forever. I've invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in myself to this date, and I continue to do it because I understand that that's the fuel that allows me to create my destiny. I don't wake up sad. I wake up on fire with passion because I know that, hey, I got something to do today that's bigger than me. And when you want to do something bigger than yourself, it's very easy to do. You just got to go out there and start like yourself. I mean, I'm inspired by you. You look at what you're doing. You're out there making it happen, impacting people. And at 19, I was nowhere near where you are on the psychological level. So I applaud you in having the show and getting this information out to people. And that's my message, man. Just get out there, invest in yourself, and start slow. You might not have, money to go to seminars and stuff, but you can go to the books. One of my first mentors, Jim Rohn, said, if you don't have a library card, something's wrong. Because information is free today. You can go out there. We have the World Wide Web. Get online and find out what you need to learn so that you can make yourself a better person tomorrow.
Yes, exactly. The best investment you can make is in yourself, 100%. And I think we both learned that. And I appreciate your kind words and your support, because that means a lot to me. And I have to agree that that's a powerful message that I think everybody can easily implement starting today and show themselves true love and compassion by doing so. Because when we invest in ourselves, we not only increase the life of the people around us, but we also improve our own value. And so I love that you share that message. And I want people to be able to surround themselves with your message and your value every single day and really be inspired. So how can they find you and connect with you even more?
Sure. Well, we all know there's two places you can go. You can go to my website, which is metaburnfatloss.com. That's METABURN fatloss.com. Or why not connect with me where we all are on Facebook? It's very easy to do. It's Facebook.com/Coach Rahz. Z.
Yes, awesome. Everybody, please go and show him some love and appreciation for sharing all this knowledge. And just know that wherever you are, make it awesome. Have a great day, and we'll chat soon.